Well, it's never too late to be what you might have been. What an incredible statement from George Eliot. But let me put it to you this way. It's never too late for you to be the best version of you. Hey guys, welcome to Optimal Self Live. Thanks for coming by and let's get after it. Because what I want to talk to you today about is the power of growth. But don't forget what I started with. That George Eliot quote is so powerful that it's never too late to be what you might have been. Because you see, we always think it's too late. We think that our time has passed us by. But what we fail to understand is that your time is never passed you by. There is no age limit. There is no rhyme or reason. It's you making that decision to be the best version of you, because that truly is where fulfillment lies. You see, we get so caught up in today's society and what we see on social media and what other people have told us and how whatever it is, from your families to friends to whoever, that gives you the idea of what you should be. But you see, the power of growth only lies within you. And there's an awesome quote as well by John Maxwell. And he says, growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. You see, because you cannot change yesterday. You can't be looking in the rearview mirror and be seeing a future self. You see, most of us fall in love with the past self. Most of us think our best days were those high school years or maybe college for you, depending on the individual. But you see, that's not true either. That you're still, at any age, you're still just scratching the surface of what you could be, of what your optimal self actually is. Because you see, there is no destination. This is simply a journey. And the moment that you decide that growth is the PowerPoint is when you start to see a future self, when you start to see yourself, your optimal self. What does he look like? What does she look like? What is she wearing? What does she weigh? What does she smell like? If you can actually look and you can actually see that person, well, now we can start to put in some of the principles. We can start to get around some of the boundaries and values that matter. And now you can truly build that person because you can see them. See, John's quote says the growth stops when the tension is where you are. You see, most people think my best self is behind me. And so where I am is less than, because the best self is back there somewhere. But that's not true. The best self is not where you are, it's where you could be. And when I start to apply the principles into that gap, and I understand it's that I can't lose the tension between where I am now and where I could be, well, now I start to build it. Now I start to have that amazing feeling, because the best version of you is what people around you need. Your optimal self is what people need to see, because that allows you to inspire others to do the same. I was reading something earlier and it was really, it blew my mind. It said that a third of high school graduates never even read another book. A third. But check this out. 42% of college graduates never ever read a book after college. But yet the power of growth relies on us learning, us seeing, the growth has to never stop. That becomes from us continuously to learn. You see, I'm a firm believer the education system damages us, because it's not about learning, it's about getting a grade. And so when we just do it just to get a grade, we lose the concept of learning, of growing. You see, because that's what they want. That's why the system is built that way. The system is broken. The system is old. It was to churn out factory workers. And that's not today. But yet we still throw our children and ourselves through the same exact process. So by the time we get done with it, because we don't get the answer that this particular teacher wants, then we feel stupid. So I lose the power of growth because I'm no longer learning based. You see, we must stay learning based. We must have a target for the future. We must see a bigger future. We must see a bigger self. That's your opportunity. So it doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter what you do. You just have to see a bigger future for yourself, a better self. And if you can do that, now I can have a target and now I can get back to the power of growth. I can start to use it to my advantage. And I'll say it to you again, growth stops when you lose the tension of where you are and where you could be. Don't think that your best self is behind you. It's not. There's a beautiful, better, badass self waiting to come out. You have to unleash it. You have to grab it by the horns. You have to see a bigger future. Those of you that are parents, those of you that are, you have to see a bigger future so that those children can come along and see a bigger future as well. Teach them, but you teach them by being the example. It's not words, it's actions. So I'm going to ask you this. What's the one thing that you can change today such that by doing so, your future self will thank you forever? Write it down and go do it. Be your optimal self. All right. That's what I got for you tonight. Listen, I know I say this all the time, but there's somebody somewhere right now that's struggling in their life that doesn't know what the next step is, that they believe that the best years are behind them. Do me a favor. Do them a favor. Do yourself a favor. Share it with them. Send them over to the YouTube channel. Send them the link. And let's see. Maybe you have the power right this second to change somebody's life forever. All right? Let's do it together. One person at a time. Here we go. All right? Jump on over, please. I'm begging you. Please hit that subscribe button, share, comment. It's the only way it grows. We grow when you grow. Let's get out there and have an amazing night, day, or morning, wherever you are seeing this. And as always, get out there and be the best version of you.